Good evening and welcome to the College Boulevard Activity Center in Olathe for tonight's Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Second round Kansas 6A state playoff action as you got the 6 seed of Blue Valley on the road at the 3 seed of Olathe East. Hi everybody, Kevin White, Mark Bo-Richter, and Bethany Bowman. Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum News. And it's the EKL versus the Sunflower League in the second round. But these teams very similar, though, Mark. They like to play similar styles of play.
Well, they do like to have similar styles of play and running the football. When you look at Olathe East, a big turnaround this year, 7-2 right now, 2-7 a year ago. Blue Valley had to get through that EKL schedule, which isn't easy, It's really tough. This is going to be a good one here tonight because Olathe East is the only one that's beaten Gardner-Edgerton, who's the #1 seed, so a lot at stake here tonight.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile. John Price going to run the football for the Tigers.
Well, Blue Valley, we mentioned, wants to run the football a little bit. Everything runs through him. He's had 3 100-yard games this year, 7 touchdowns, averages 4.5 yards a carry. He's a good one.
And on the Olathe East offensive line, they're led by Brett Carroll.
Well, we got to give the big guys a little bit of love, but we're talking about running the football. The 6'3", 315-pound Minnesota recruit. We'll see him at tackle. We'll also see him at defensive tackle here tonight as well.
Olathe East, Blue Valley, second round playoff action. It's the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. And we're back with the opening kickoff right after this. What you got there?
That's 900 degrees up here.
Coin toss has taken place with the captains and the referee tonight, Gary Brammer. And Blue Valley won the coin toss and deferred their option to the second half. There's their head coach, Alan Terrell, in his 7th year. 13th year as a head coach, 20 years in all coaching. Former head coach at Turner. He's a native of Lansing, Kansas. And on the other sideline, you got a St. Louis native in Courtney Porter, 4th year. And he's up for the Eric Driscoll Coach of the Year award because last year his team was 2-7. The year before that 1-8. Now they're 7-2 and the 3 seed. And he played college football at Missouri S&T and also played some pro football, indoor football, and the XFL. And we're in the mid-60s after a cold earlier start to the week. Near Halloween, it's warmed up a bit as Blue Valley has it on the tee. McGuire Richmond with the run-up. Blue Valley in the white, blue jerseys for Olathe East. This will be a touchback. As catching it a yard deep was Davari Hales, speedster, sophomore, and we'll get the ball 1st and 10 from the 20. Olathe East is a spread team. They'll run it about 67% of the time. Jack Cornell is their quarterback. He completes 55% of his passes, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Offensive line, Greenberg, Smith, Cheadle, Callahamway, and Carroll. Carroll's the big star, headed to Minnesota, going to play in the All-American Bowl in January in San Antonio. And Jalen Proctor will be the running back as we check in our first stop with Bethany Bowman.
Yeah, guys, this Olathe East team has really come a long way from, like you said, a 2-7 season last year to, and also the year prior, a 1-8 season as well. Courtney Porter quick to point out to me this week that this is the same group of guys that came in when he took the job. They were freshmen, now they're seniors, and so they've really grown together, taken on a lot of the things that the program wanted to do together, and so it's been great to see them committed to the game of football and to the program. And Blue Valley, of course, you know, kind of the same thing. Coach Alan Terrell saying that, you know, his guys have really bought in to what they're selling. I asked about the progression of the season, and he said it is just that, a progression. We continue to get better every day, and they are doing the things daily it takes to continue this playoff run.
And Proctor with the gain up to the 29-yard line. Yes, Olathe East 7-2, but they've won 6 in a row. But Mark, week 7 when they went to Gardner-Edgerton and beat the Trailblazers 21-7, that's when everybody's antennas went up.
That was, and you know, we've talked about already so far the turnaround that they've had on this season, but that was really their statement win, of course, for them.
And they miss on 3rd down and short, looking for Gerard Reed, and the pass sails incomplete. Now 4th down, and it looks like the punting unit is coming out, so could be an early 3 and out as Jack Cornell, their quarterback, is also their punter. And he'll drop deep to punt it away. So Blue Valley's defense comes up with a 3 and out.
A good first series for the Tiger defense.
Lonergan is the deep safety man to return this punt. Pressure on him, but Cornell gets it away, punting away from Lonergan, who'll field on a hop. And he'll take it out to the 35-yard line before he's wrapped up by Hales and special teams. So a nice punt there by Cornell, and now we see Blue Valley on offense. Mark, they like to run the football. They're a pistol spread team. They'll run it about 50% of the time. And Chris Aiello is their quarterback, the junior. His numbers, 1,200 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 5 INTs. John Price is their big stud, headed to K-State at running back. Top receiver is Grady Westfall, but his big sport, he's going to play baseball at Texas A&M, and there's the numbers for Aiello. Split time early on with Bevins early in the season, but now he's taken over the job. Sims, Claypool, Gutu, Woods, and Blandy on the offensive line, and a little cutback run by John Price. He's wrapped up by Reed III. And also involved in the stop was the bandit linebacker, Jake Molman.
Well, Kevin, we talked about both these teams want to run the ball from pistol sets, little sidecar sets. It's a spread kind of power offense for both of these two teams. Olathe East right there doing a nice job of just stringing that out on John Price.
Costello also there. He's the leading tackler for the Hawks defensively. They play a 4-2-5. Jason Pete is their defensive coordinator. They allow 13 points per game. Here's Westfall in a jet sweep. And their leading wide receiver running for a nice gain. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
A little jet motion, as you mentioned. Hand off to Westfall, and this is going to bring up a 3rd and short. But we talked about Price. We talked about both these teams wanting to run the ball. We're going to see a lot of guys carry it. Both offenses get their wide receivers involved as well.
The jet sweep action to the wide receivers. Price will get most of the totes as far as the running game for Blue Valley. Now 3rd down and short. Here's Price. And he'll get the first down as he's taken down by Luke Molman. There's 2 Molmans. There's the twins of Luke and Jake. And then you've got the Burton twins as well. But this is a first down run for John Price, who's also a track sprinter. And he started his career at Lincoln Prep, transferred to Blue Valley. Had 1,000 yards last year. And he's getting about 5.4 yards per carry. 3 100-yard games this year as Aiello to throw on first down. And he finds his favorite target, Westfall, the big wide receiver at 6'3". And he'll have a first down catch into Olathe East territory.
Well, this is a great throw by Aiello right here in this window, looking up straight up the field. Throws it into the window for Westfall. Right in the zone, in the middle of the zone right there. Great job by Westfall, too, concentrating. He had a linebacker looking him up.
20 yards, his 33rd catch of the year. He leads the team in catches, yards, and they say he's the most improved player on their offense. Here's a guy who's a baseball star, throws the ball 90 miles an hour as a pitcher, going to College Station, Texas A&M, as this pass incomplete. As this one was targeted to Jackson Hopper, the junior, incomplete, but here's a guy who can just say, hey, I'm a baseball player. I don't need to play, but he wants to be with his friends and help out the football team here. And Grady has improved as a football player as he's their leading wide receiver this year.
Well, he is. He's really stepped up into that role for Blue Valley this year. And we haven't mentioned his brother yet, in Grant Westfall, who's a freshman.
But he'll get time.
And he'll get some time. He was actually just in on the last play.
So 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Toss sweep, short side. Price, or check that. That is Martell Buchanan getting his first touch of the game. He's a senior, and he's a big-time player. He will sub in for Price, and he's headed to Kent State, playing the MAC. I mean, this guy's a big-time player, 6'2", 180, and he gets about 6.6 yards per carry. He was able to get 3 yards. This will be 3rd down and 7 now for the Tigers. First touches of the game. Here's Martell to the outside, and using that speed gets the first down before he is tripped up on the play by Milo Burton, the free safety.
Well, 2 different styles of player in the backfield, both at the exact same time. John Price in there as well. But you see Buchanan just move to the outside, and you mentioned it, Kevin, the speed to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he is going to Kent State. He's one of their best defensive players as an outside linebacker. He's one of the fastest guys on the team. And this is Price back in. Price for a couple before he's gang tackled down. You got Price as a speedy guy. You got Martell. Those are some of the two fastest guys on the team, as both these guys are track sprinters during the spring season for Blue Valley. Blue Valley 5-4, Mark, but they play in the EKL. They lost to Blue Valley Southwest, Blue Valley Northwest, Miege in a close game, and a very close game with St. Thomas Aquinas. Nearly intercepted near the 5-yard line. Diving attempt by Milo Burton, the sophomore, as it sails incomplete.
I'm not so sure Milo Burton didn't pick up this football as it was thrown by Aiello. He just looked like at the last second he may have seen it.
And we're looking for the tight end Veet there.
Oh, yes, excuse me. Burton's the defensive back diving in there.
Yeah, Burton has 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. They came on the road at Lawrence. Or against Lawrence, I should say. Now 3rd down and 8. And Price blown up in the backfield. And they say he wasn't down, as that was Ray Smith III who spun him, and I guess his knee did not touch as Price kept on going, did not get the first down. Well, he got it down to the 19.
Number 1, I love this play. It's a little counter action, kind of reverse pitch to him. And you mentioned Smith in the backfield all the way around, and his knee doesn't go down. He just rolls over. Smart play by Buchanan to keep playing.
Yeah. That was Buchanan, not Price, I beg your pardon, as now we'll see a field goal attempt. This will be 36 yards from McGuire Richmond. He's long is 50, so this is well within his range. And this one not very good and comes up short. Oh, that one's deflected near the line. It just didn't seem to hit that one solid. And they're denied points, as Richmond now 5 for 8 on the year on field goal.
I couldn't tell if Reed got this, but he came off the edge basically untouched. You're going to see number 4, Reed for Olathe East, come off the side right here.
Looks like
he
did
get a piece of it, but when he came off the edge, I thought for sure that Reed was going to block that and maybe scoop it and go the other direction, but it just glances off the bottom of his left elbow there a little bit and goes down as a field goal block.
So now it'll be Cornell and the Olathe East offense averaging 27 points per game. They went 6-2 in the Sunflower League. And they'll take over the 20. They go jet sweep action with Jaden Brown. He averages about 10.3 yards per carry. He'll get about 3 yards on this run. You got a lot of guys that'll touch the ball for this Olathe East squad. Proctor, Mburu, Reed, Smith, Brown, Hales.
Well, one thing you want to do, and Olathe East does this, when you've got athletes, right, that can carry the football, that can catch the ball, you want to get the ball in your playmakers' hands, and they do it in a variety of ways and really spread it around.
Cornell's had a good year as their quarterback. Very solid numbers. Scouting report on him, a very tough kid. As his pass thrown and is going to be caught or intercepted. Now, both players look like they had the ball, but it's looking like an interception for Blue Valley. Lonergan, let's see what the officials are going to say here.
Colin, this is a simultaneous catch. That's the only thing I can think of at this point.
Lonergan came away with it. He leads Blue Valley in interceptions, but looks like it's a catch for Olathe East and a short gain to the 24. We'll take a second look at this, Mark.
We'll take a look at it here, Kevin. We're going to see Cornell throw this ball over and watch. Right there.
Oh, man.
But that's really close, right? And I'll give the official credit from the line judge over there, not being able to completely see what happened. They're calling that a simultaneous catch.
So they'll give the catch. It looked like Norian Terrell with the catch, and now the quarterback with an awkward slide, but he got enough for the first down, and somebody needs to tell Cornell to work on his baseball slide here, as his right leg kind of got bent in a funny direction here.
Well, Yeah, he really should have went into the slide about a step before that, as you talked about it. Look, the Olathe East fans are wanting a penalty, but let's go back to this play. I mean, to me, that really looks like an interception. But again, you're looking at the linesman on the opposite side, the official going, that was simultaneous catch is what he's ruling. He didn't really have the angle to see from where he's at.
So Cornell, even with the bad slide, gets the first down, and they'll run it. And a nice gain on first down near the 35-yard line. As this is Dalen Mburu. This is a guy that's one of their fast guys, 4.1 yards per carry. Kid that they say has really improved. Started out as a defensive back in the program, and now he is a running back in the program. So always have your eyes in the backfield for both these teams, as they're going to see a lot of different guys run the football. There's Cornell's passing numbers, very solid. The scouting report is that this guy runs the football. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but he is a tough kid. Jet sweep to Reed. And this is a guy getting D1 looks as he's stopped on the play there. And making the stop there was Robert Marshall. He's a safety, one of the seniors on this team. But as far as Cornell, tough kid, also an Eagle Scout, which at Olathe East is a big deal. They put your name on a plaque and put it in the hallway for the rest of the school's existence. As this running play to Proctor going to be bottled up, and he is a short. It's going to be fourth down. They're still going to need about a yard. But if you've ever been to Olathe East, they have a wall designated for all the great high school athletes that have played there. But as you go down the hallways for the classrooms, you see there's Eagle Scouts as well, and Cornell is one of those. And now they look like they're going to go for it on fourth down and short, and they'll run it, and it's a first down as Proctor found a crease off the right side, gets it out to the 45-yard line in a gain of 6.
Well, the last two plays, Olathe East has really packed it in tight, almost a la Gardner Edgerton look with that wing T style of offense. But just right off the right edge for Proctor, picking up the first down for Olathe East, and the Hawks continue to move the ball.
Milligan, the tight end, a good block. Jaden Brown on the edge, a good block. So here's Cornell, and here's Proctor, and he is stuffed on the play. And a nice play by Jack Brown, the defensive end, the senior at 220 pounds for the Tigers' 3-4 defense.
It's a really nice play by Jack Brown, staying low, getting penetration, and meeting him in the backfield.
This team only giving up 18 points per game, but they've had 18 takeaways. And keep in mind, and that's a lot considering they've only played 9 games on the year. Second down and 10. Last run, no gain. And a cutback run, and a nice run there by Reed III. Now, Reed III gets 9.5 yards per carry, but he's also a rusher. I mean, as far as a receiver as well, 13 catches on the year. Getting D1 looks. He's got an offer from UCM in Warrensburg, but you can tell he's a good-looking athlete, 6'2", 189 pounds, and plays both ways, offensively and defensively, for Coach Porter and the Hawks. Now third down and 4. Cornell flushed, now throwing and completing it to the sideline as he went to the big Olathe East tight end, Max Milligan. And it's a first down catch. Milligan, good blocker, showed good hands there on his sideline with that first down catch.
Well, this is good poise by Jack Cornell. Looked left at first, got some pressure, finds Milligan on the sideline, gets both feet in bounds, and it moves the chains for Olathe East.
They say this guy's a 12-month-a-year football guy. I mean, weight room guy, runs track. They moved him from defensive end to tight end. And he is maybe their most improved player on offense. Running play, and this is Proctor spinning his way. That was Pombo, the nose guard, that got him. Also there is Stuvey. Lincoln Stuvey. His dad played at Missouri. Got a brother on the team. Taft is quarterback in the program. He's on that defensive line, 30 leading tackler for the Tigers defensively as we're winding down the first quarter in a scoreless second round 6A state playoff game. Second down and 6, Hawks. And this is Reed on an end around, plows through a tackle and runs for a first down. Reed, we talked about a big body kid, Mark, at 6'2", 189. This is a tough tackle for a player, especially with a head of steam.
Well, he's got a head of steam, and you talk about his size and everything else on this. Watch him just lower the shoulder here and lower the boom to pick up a first down here right as we near the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, still time on the clock. One more snap for Olathe East to end the first quarter, but it's a first down run for Gerard Reed III, the senior. As Cornell to throw, going on a fade as the clock winds out on the first quarter. Incomplete, looking for Carter Gooding. End of one, 0-0. Second round, 6A state playoff action. The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum News. Ready for the start of the second quarter. Kevin White, Mark Borichter, and Bethany Bowman on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. We're on Spectrum News on this early November Friday night second round 6A state playoff game. So you win, you go to the state quarterfinals. You lose, you're checking your equipment on Monday. And we got the Sunflower against the EKL. And last night we saw that matchup. Olathe South and Blue Valley Northwest win in a shootout game as Stuvie makes another stop. 47-42, Blue Valley Northwest advances. We got another one in Blue Valley West against Olathe North. That's the game. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game. So I think when you think of the EKL, you think of, a passing spread teams. And the Sunflower's more of a grinded out running matchup. But in this matchup, we got two running teams going at it in Blue Valley and Olathe East. And Olathe East likes to keep the ball away from you and have these double-digit, long time-consuming drives. Here's Cornell's pass to the outside, wide and incomplete. Reed in the area. There were two receivers in the area, but looked like Reed was the closest receiver, and it's incomplete.
It looked like a little bit of a timing route. Cornell got that ball out a little early. Whether Reed ran his route a little bit deep or the ball just came out early, just unable to complete it on that out route. We're going to watch right here. He's got time to throw this. He probably could have stepped up in the pocket. I think it was more he had to get the ball out, felt he needed to with a little bit of pressure. Brings up this fourth down.
Well, they've converted a fourth down back in the first quarter. This is 4th and 9 where they're going to go for it. And here's Cornell, pulls it down and going to take off and is brought down shy of the first down as Stuvie again, Lincoln Stuvie. Again, this is one of their top players. Their third leading tackler makes the stop, ball over on downs to Blue Valley now.
Well, there's just nowhere for Cornell to go with the football here, and he's just trying to make something out of really nothing here. Trying to get as much yards as he can, obviously, because it's fourth down to get that first down, but Blue Valley able to hold him short and turn over the ball on downs.
So Stuvie makes the stop. He leads the team in quarterback hurries and tackles for a loss. So he is one of their top defensive players, Blue Valley, in their offense. Aiello, play action, and a quick pass. Here's Westfall on a slant. Westfall all the way out to the 45 for a gain of 20 and a first down. Grady Westfall.
Well, a little RPO action, Kevin, whether it's actually a run-pass option or not, but we're reading here, throwing the quick slant on the backside. Westfall able to get inside of Luke Molman there for the biggest gain of the game so far.
Their offensive coordinator, Paul Brown, the longtime coach of Blue Valley. He dates back to the Driscoll and Rampy days. As this running play by Price going nowhere, and that is Ray Smith III. Here's another college prospect player as the defensive end for the Hawks.
Ray Smith is an impact guy at defensive end, a big athlete at 6'2", just over 200 pounds, and he wreaks havoc in there. I've got him highlighted on our charts for a reason, Kevin, just watching him play leading up to this game. He certainly makes an impact.
He's got 6 or 7 MIAA and FCS offers. Team captain, and here's Price And he's not going anywhere as he is shut down. Nice play, Josiah Young, the defensive end, but the flag is down.
Right now, the defensive ends for Olathe East are doing a nice job of penetrating into the backfield.
Gary Brammer is your referee tonight, and it's a holding penalty coming up on Blue Valley.
Holding. Offense number 75. That penalty is declined. Third down.
So it's going to be third down. They're going to need 11. So you shocked they don't take the penalty there?
Not necessarily. This holding penalty happened right at the line of scrimmage, and this year we've talked about it. The holding penalties now are enforced from the line of scrimmage as opposed to the spot of the foul. But Coach Porter putting some confidence. He likes the way his defense is playing right now.
So third down 11. Aiello escapes the pressure. Now has a man wide open down the field, and it's dropped by Hopper. Oh my goodness, he was about 5 yards behind the defensive back and just couldn't reel it in. And some of the times, Mark, these are the toughest to catch when you're wide open and it hits you right in the chest.
Well, number one, a lot of pressure here from Olathe East trying to meet at the quarterback. And Aiello does a nice job, and you see Hopper right there in your screen. Just get behind the coverage, and this ball hits him in the worst possible spot, right between the 1 and the 7. As you were talking about it, Kevin, that ball feels like it's taking forever to get to you from the receiver side of things. That's one he's definitely going to want to have back.
Richmond punt formation on fourth down, and fair catch taken in by Hales just inside the 20-yard line. So it'll be 36 yards on the punt. No return, and now we get Olathe East back on offense in this defensive game, and we knew the defenses coming into this game were very strong for both these teams. And we've seen a missed field goal, blocked partially by Olathe East as they were able to get a piece of that, and now we'll see the Olathe East offense back out. Winners of 6 in a row. Started the season 1-2, and you thought, oh, another struggling season for the Hawks. They've won 6 in a row, and their coach got to be one of the leading candidates for the Driscoll Coach of the Year award in the metro area. As this running play is blown up, Stuvey is all over the place. Number 90, as that was Jaden Brown, another tackle for a loss. This guy on fire right now. Stuvey for Blue Valley.
Well, one way you stop these jet sweeps is by your defensive ends getting up the field and beating blocks. And that's right now what both of these defenses actually are doing. But Stuvey, as you mentioned, we've called him his name several times tonight. You saw right there the penetration, getting in for the tackle for loss.
Stuvey, an interesting story. He's named Lincoln. His brother is Taft, and his brother is Hayes. All his brothers named after United States presidents. As this pass to the sideline incomplete. This little fact to throw out there. But Stuvey's dad played at the University of Missouri, so he is a high caliber 6'3", 218-pound junior. As Cornell couldn't find anybody, so threw it away. And now it's third down, and they're behind the stakes with that tackle for loss. Third down and 14.
The third down and 14 is not ideal for any offense when you look at it, but this is deep in your own territory as well here.
Early blitz. They set up a screen. This is Reed the third. And he is grabbed on the play and taken down by Martell Buchanan. We mentioned Martell is a good running back, but he's one of their top tacklers, second leading tackler on the team, and a big-time player that's headed to Kent State. I almost said Kansas State, but it's Kent State in the MAC.
Well, this is the type of screener draw. One thing you're looking for defensively here, third and long, right? You're not a lot of plays in the playbook drawn up to get you 3rd and 15. Trying to take advantage of the rush. Buchanan did a nice job there of tackling Reed.
Cornell stays in as a punter. Low snap, got it away, had some pressure. And fair catch taken in at the 44. And now that Lonergan doing some acting there as he thought he was bumped by the special teams player for Olathe East. The official did not get him. Boy, you don't want to do this in the NBA. You get in big trouble if you flop in the NBA now.
I was just going to say the same thing. Like, he does a nice job here, first of all, securing this football. And then, yeah, there's just a little chest bump there and knocked him over from that side of things. So definitely no penalty.
Short punt, 29 yards. Aiello back out for the Blue Valley offense. He was in a quarterback battle throughout the year with Ford Bevins. Now this is a running play for Price. And he'll get it just shy of the 40-yard line, gain of about 4 on the play. Mallman with the stop. This is the nickel in their 4-2-5. Plays signaled in to the quarterback, Aiello. Aiello, a lot of time to throw, and there's his favorite target. That's Westfall. First down catch down near the 25-yard line. Took a hard hit there, but able to hold on. Grady Westfall.
It's the exact same combination, little dig route from Grady Westfall on the outside that we saw in the first possession. Exact same play. Oof. Aiello hitting him in the window, and then Westfall taking a nice shot at the end of that play.
15 got 15 yards and a first down. He's the leading receiver. Once again, his sport is baseball. Going to Texas A&M, be a pitcher for the Aggies. Throws in the low 90s. Screen pass, and Price can't get it. He went up high one-handed. Flag is down as well.
This has got to be an illegal motion penalty.
Legal motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Good call, Mark.
With my vast football knowledge, Kevin, that flag came out as soon as the ball was snapped. I think Price was moving toward the line of scrimmage a little bit when that happened.
And Coach Terrell acknowledges the penalty. Former offensive lineman at Kansas State in his playing days. His offense averaging 21 points per game, 291 yards per game. First and 15 Tigers. Pass to the outside, and the pass is caught. This is the freshman, Grant Westfall, and he takes a hard shot there by Jalen Grace. But the freshman holds on here, Mark.
Well, he certainly does, and just a simple hitch route. As you mentioned, he takes a good shot, but able to hold on to the football.
I didn't initially thought he had it there, and he's showing some strong hands there. And just like his older brother, he also plays baseball. There's Grace, who delivered that hard hit from the East secondary. A gain of 3. Now a bad snap. Aiello in trouble, fighting the defensive end, Smith, and they were doing the push away to grab the loose ball, and the quarterback able to get it back. Or was it Westfall back there? Let's watch these two guys. They're just shoving each other, trying to grab this loose ball.
First of all, the bad snap, but Aiello's smart enough to right here to figure out he's not going to win the race there, right? Like, he understands that Smith is going to get there, so he goes ahead and bodies him up.
Well, that's...
And instead of this being a turnover, I know this is a tremendous loss on that play, but it sure beats turning the football over there at midfield.
Or getting a scoop and score for Smith III, who outweighs Aiello by about 20 pounds, but Aiello delivered the blow that time and recovered the fumble. And now Chris gonna throw it. Goes deep down the field looking for Westfall. This pass going to be intercepted inside the 10-yard line, and stepping out of bounds is Grant Pollock. And he gets his first interception of the year, the cornerback for Olathe East. As they'll take over inside the 10-yard line near the 8-yard line. Our first turnover of the game. And Olathe East gets an interception by Grant Pollock, the junior DB.
Well, I'll say this. It's a nice interception on the overthrown ball by Pollock, right? But if you're Blue Valley, it's just as good as a punt in that situation, because you're going to be punting on 4th and 32 anyway. I don't mind this throw by any means. Go ahead and take a shot down here. It really doesn't hurt you. You know, I know you're turning the football over, but it's essentially just like a punt.
So they spotted officially at the 7, and Cornell on the offense back out. And they'll run it with Proctor, and he is bottled up. Again, that's Brown going down low and just grabbing the legs of the Olathe East running back. And I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Well, 3 down linemen. We mentioned three up front, right, for Blue Valley early in this game. Both those defensive ends, Struve and Brown, doing a nice job of making plays in the run game in the backfield.
The 3-4 defense. And their defensive line, very good. Richmond, their leading tackler with 99 tackles as the inside linebacker. Dawson Merritt, his dad is a coach with the Chiefs. Dave Merritt, as a secondary coach, has had a very good year as well. As this running play is being bottled up. As this is Dalen Mburu, and again, a lot of white jerseys in the backfield for this Blue Valley defense.
Yeah, somehow Mburu was able to at least pick up 1 yard there, Kevin, because there was
I don't know how.
There was all white jerseys in front of him. It's a really nice 1 yard run by him, but Blue Valley's defense holding strong out there.
Well, the defenses have been strong, but they've been strong throughout the year. No surprise here that we're scoreless here late into the second quarter as Cornell to throw out of his own end zone. Deep middle, has a man open, and it's going to be a first down catch to the 29-yard line, and that is Carter Gooding, their leading receiver, the junior. They list him as kind of a possession guy, good athlete, basketball player, but he was wide open there for the first down catch.
Well, this is one you don't want to have to give up if you're Blue Valley right here. Ball in a post route to Gooding down the middle of the field. He's wide open, as you mentioned, Kevin. This is an easy pitch and catch and gets Olathe East the first down, but more importantly, some breathing room in their own territory.
21-yard completion on third down and long. As there the Hawk fans cheering on their football team here at Seaback. Good night for football. Temperatures in the 60s right now as this is a running play. Not much doing. Nice play there by Richmond, making the stop on Proctor. Proctor averages about 4 yards per carry. But a lot of guys get touches in the backfield for Olathe East. Proctor and Buru, Reed. We haven't seen Ray Smith. They said he would get some, and wasn't that guy you don't want to tackle at 6'2", 220. Seen some jet sweep action by Coach Brown. Proctor, some good moves. Works his way to the 35-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. Leaves him third down and 4. Coach Porter, tell you what, he's done a great job with this program. I mean, they were a struggling team, 1-8, 2-7, now 7-2 in his 4th year. This guy that spent 12 years as a software engineer with the Marines. He's a contractor for the Department of Defense. Decided to get into coaching, and now here's a running play. Reed, and he'll streak for a first down. Lonergan brought him down. Reed is one of their big backs.
This is a little inside trap play. They're going to pull the left tackle. You saw him right there. That's Demarion Green-Burke pulling little inside trap play, kind of a reverse trap, picking up the first down. Nice design right there by Olathe East.
And now you're under 2 minutes to play before Hy-Vee at the half. You haven't crossed midfield yet. Is Cornell going to throw? And going to throw deep down the field, and the pass deflected and intercepted. Back the other way come the Tigers on the interception, as that is Patrick Dennis getting the rebound interception. The junior defensive back. Turnovers even at 1 apiece. And Blue Valley has it back.
This is one Jack Cornell, I think, would like to have back. He had room to run out on the left-hand side, trying to take a shot down the field, but with just under 2 minutes to go, this is a design kind of half roll to his left. He had plenty of room out here to run. I know this ball goes right through the hands of the receiver, but it gets tipped up. I think a better decision for him would have been to go ahead and run it there in that situation, but as it turns out, goes through the hands of the receiver. Blue Valley, the recipient of the interception, and now they've got an opportunity here before halftime to possibly put some points on the board.
Hutton, his co-defensive back, got the tip, and then Dennis got the interception as Price running to the 41-yard line, gain of 4, second down and 6. Now does Blue Valley, with all their timeouts, drive in here to end the second quarter and get some points, taking advantage of this turnover.
Well, they've got plenty of time here, as you mentioned, all 3 timeouts.
Aiello gets the snap, throwing downfield, has a man. The freshman Westfall, did he get a foot down? And they're saying incomplete. Nice grab, though, by the freshman there, but looked like Grant was out of bounds. Nope, yeah, he was out. The foot landed out.
6 inches out there with that left foot as the ball took him out of bounds.
But good tracking of the ball there by the freshman. Looks like he's going to be a good player like his brother. Now 3rd down and 6 from the 41. Just over a minute before Hy-Vee at the half. Pass to the outside, and it's complete. And making the catch there was the tight end Cooper Veet, his 10th catch of the year. And it's 13 yards and a first down for the Blue Valley offense.
Well, you mentioned it, 13 yards and a first down, but he also got out of bounds.
Stops the clock at the 46-yard line on the plus side of the 50.
Good. Blue Valley, lots of time here with a minute to go and 3 timeouts.
Aiello hit as he throws, and he completes it again to Veet inside the 30-yard line. So Veet with a nice catch as the quarterback under a lot of pressure there. Aiello able to get it away. And they're going to spot this ball down to the 28-yard line. 18 yards and a first down catch. So Veet with back-to-back big catches for this Blue Valley offense. Aiello, screen it. Price, running room, good move, but a nice tackle in space there by Jalen Grace, the DB. If he doesn't make that stop, Price has a big gainer on that play. That was a nice open field stop. Jalen Grace, the senior defensive back for Olathe East, and we'll get a timeout on the field.
Blue Valley taking their first timeout. Again, lots of time left here. The 2 catches by Veet on the exact same route combinations. Kevin, the last one, Aiello threw the ball a little bit late, but Veet able to make the catch and get a few more yards, of course, after the catch for the first down. So Blue Valley's sitting in a really good spot right here on the 25-yard line.
Well, we saw them attempt a field goal, and that was partially blocked by Olathe East. That was really it as far as scoring. Turnovers even at 1 apiece. Penalties really not a big factor in this game. Just 2 good defensive teams that like to run the football. But I have a feeling when you have that scenario, Mark, it's usually the passing game. Whose passing game steps up and makes a big play? And we're seeing Veet with some nice catches. Here's Aiello, the pump, throwing down the field, and incomplete, looking for the freshman Westfall.
This is going to be pass interference. This is a double move by Grant Westfall on the outside, and there was a collision from the defensive back as he came up. Nice awareness by Aiello to still throw the football over there and draw this flag.
Pass interference, defense number 20. Penalty is half the distance. Be a first down.
So a half the distance penalty against Coach Porter's defense. Jason Pete, former Olathe North Star, is their defensive coordinator. Won a state title there with the Eagles. Now they're going to have to come up big in the red zone, as it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line now for the Tiger offense, trying to get points before halftime.
This is an important drive right here for Blue Valley to come out of here with some points, because remember, they won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Price, running play, and he is gobbled up there by Smith III, Ray Smith III, the defensive end, college prospect. And it's going to be a tackle for a loss. 2nd down and long.
Kind of slow developing counterplay, hoping that that Smith gets up the field there in that situation, but he read it extremely well, crossed over in front of the running back's face, getting Price down there in that situation. That's a big time play by Ray Smith.
And another timeout quickly taken by Blue Valley. Coming up, Hy-Vee at the half. Numbers highlights brought to you by your employee-owned Hy-Vee stores. There's a helpful smile in every aisle. In Olathe, we're at Seaback tonight. We were at ODAC last week. There you look at Aiello, the quarterback, pro-style quarterback. Now second down and long, screen at middle, and finds his man Hopper, and Hopper is busted down near the 6-yard line. Hopper, we saw that earlier drop that frustrated him, but makes a tough catch here.
Well, this is a design play to him all the way. They're clearing it out on the left-hand side. He's coming on a shallow drag to the right.
Man,
Gets upfield, just can't get quite get out of bounds, so Blue Valley has to take their final timeout here.
And they're facing 3rd down and 3 as the ball at the 6-yard line. So they can get a first down at the 3-yard line, but the clock is more of the major factor here, and now you're out of timeouts as well.
Yeah, I mentioned this is an important drive for Blue Valley. This is an important drive for the Olathe East defense right here on 3rd down. This is a big-time play right here for them to try to force this into a 4th down situation in some capacity, because Blue Valley, as you mentioned, just used their final timeout. In theory, they probably have to throw the football here if you want to have a shot at getting a field goal. Or you're going to have to run your field goal team on, potentially late. But they are still in striking distance here, potentially running the football. I'm just talking about all the game management situations you have to think about as a head coach here.
Fans turn up the noise on 3rd down and 3 just before halftime. Blue Valley in a scoreless ball game. Aiello in trouble, throws it away as he was being hit, as he had a guy draped all over him there. That was Costello, the Mike linebacker, and smartly threw it away, incomplete.
Well, Olathe East bringing pressure. Good defensive call in that situation. And Aiello lucky that his receiver came back a little bit over there because he was not outside the pocket. That could have been intentional grounding, which would have been a loss of down and turned it over. And
he could have taken a sack, and the clock would have ran out, and now they'll get an attempt of a field goal. This will be a 23-yard attempt as Richmond well within his range, and he'll boot it through for 3 just before halftime, under a minute to go before halftime. So he is 1 out of 2. That is his 6th field goal make of the year. McGuire Richmond, the junior, also their leading tackler as an inside linebacker with over 100 tackles on the year.
That was an important play and sequence of plays right there on that 3rd down, because Olathe East with a great play call, bringing some pressure in that situation. Aiello did a nice job of trying to continue and not take the sack, as you were talking about, Kevin, but he did get lucky. His receiver came back a little bit. Otherwise, that's an intentional grounding call on 3rd down right there, and automatic loss of down.
Yeah, Costello had him wrapped up, the linebacker, and he just got rid of it to avoid the sack, and the clock could have run out, and they would not have gotten that field goal attempt. So 3 is big in a defensive struggle like this.
I think, honestly, if you're either one of these teams, if you're Blue Valley, you're happy you got 3 points out of that drive right there. And if you're Olathe East, you're happy you kept them. You obviously wanted to keep them out of the end zone, but you'll take the 3 points there in that situation as opposed to 7.
Patrick Dennis with the interception set up the drive. Veet with a couple of good catches. And this kick away, Squibber down the field. And this will be Reed the 3rd. Some nifty moves, and the big guy rumbling down the sideline, finally tackled as he crosses midfield. And I tell you what, you got number 4 and you got number 9 as potential returners, and these guys are big-time college prospects. You got to tackle a guy 6'2", 190, and running with a head of steam. That's never easy. And now
I don't like squib kicks in those situations, especially
when
you've got a good kicker that the opening kickoff put it into the end zone, right, for a touchback to start it off. I think you're better off making Olathe East go, 75, 80 yards, as opposed to now they've got the ball with 3 timeouts. I know there's only 17 seconds left, but they got everything at their disposal here.
28-yard return, near interception again. Diving attempt by Austin Cornett, inside linebacker.
Well, and just as I say that, Austin Cornett from his inside linebacker position gets underneath this hook route. That ball looked like it might have got tipped at the line of scrimmage a little bit there too.
There's a wounded duck out there. Cornett playing for an injured Jason Burrows, out with a broken leg back in week 3. They say Cornett's really stepped up and filled his shoes. One of the most improved players they've had on their defense. Burrows, though, is a big-time D1 type prospect. He's had injury problems throughout his career. 2nd down and 10. Quarterback in trouble. Stuvey pressuring, now ball intercepted. And it's taken away by Richmond, the linebacker. And he'll get out of bounds with just 1.3 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd interception thrown by Jack Cornell tonight for Olathe East, as Richmond gets the pick. The linebacker and leading tackler just hit that field goal.
Well, he gets this, and Coach Porter's talking to Cornell on the sideline here going, you got to get that ball out of bounds. I can't be thrown up in that situation. Just throw it out of bounds. Because now Blue Valley has one opportunity here. It'll be interesting to see if they just kneel on this with a second to go. But I'd go ahead. You know you're getting the ball back to start the second half. Go ahead and take a shot right here.
Yeah, Hail Mary time. Looks like they're bringing out the Westfalls and like Hopper. So they got 3 wide receivers and a tight end. And there's the pass, and Hopper can't hold on. That's his 2nd drop of the first half. And we have reached halftime. 3-0 ball game. 2nd round, 6A state playoffs. EKL versus Sunflower in a low-scoring defensive struggle. Blue Valley with a 23-yard field goal by McGuire Richmond will take the lead into the halftime locker room here at Seaback. And they'll get the football to start the 3rd quarter as they deferred their option to the 2nd half. And halftime here at Seaback. Hy-Vee at the half. Coming up next, highlights, numbers, all headed your way. Hy-Vee at the half continues. Blue Valley leading by a field goal at the intermission. 23-yard field goal by Richmond as we take a look at the Hy-Vee first half numbers in this defensive struggle, Mark.
Well, we talked about it being a defensive struggle. The one thing I think that's surprising to me, we talked about Blue Valley wanting to rush the football. Olathe East defense has come to play, right? 14 rushing yards only for Blue Valley, 102 in the air. Even on first downs, the turnovers really haven't mattered in this game so far. When you look at it, not a whole lot of penalties, but Olathe East doing what they do offensively, Kevin. The only thing they haven't done is put it in the end zone yet. But winning the time of possession battle. They're slow and methodical on offense, which is a good thing for them, right? They want to control the game. They've done that so far. They just gave up the 3 points there to end the first half, but this has been a pretty even matchup here in half number 1.
The interception by Dennis, and they were able to drive down and get that field goal with just about, 26.5 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter as the fans having fun. On a Friday night here in Olathe, we're at the College Boulevard Activity Center. And this is the 2nd round of the 6A state playoffs. And let's take a look at the east side of the bracket. Of course, number 1 seed is Gardner Edgerton. And we had a game last night, and it was a shootout between Olathe South, Bryce Nornberg, and the Falcons lost a shootout to Blue Valley Northwest. So the EKL says we got one last night. Who gets this one, the Sunflower or the EKL? We got, basically, Mark, we got 3 of these EKL Sunflower matchups. Olathe North, Blue Valley West, that should be a good game, and then tonight's game.
Yeah, you look at the updated scores, Olathe North up 28-7 right now on West. Gardner Edgerton rolling at 42-0. It looks like, obviously, they'll move on to play Blue Valley Northwest. But we get into these sectionals now, and you start seeing some really good teams. Not that they aren't, but everybody makes the playoffs in the state of Kansas, right? So the first couple rounds sometimes are a little bit skewed, but you start getting into these second rounds here, like we're seeing this game here tonight. Close game in the first half, 3-0. But depending on who wins this game, we could have an EKL battle, right? We could have a Sunflower Conference battle in round 2, or we could have a team from each side of things in it yet. So a lot to be determined here tonight.
Let's check in with Bethany.
Thanks, Thank you, guys. Just talked to Coach Porter. He said in the locker room, after a defensive battle like that, his team just down 3, he preached physicality. He said that Blue Valley being very physical, we have to match that and more. And so just elevating that physicality and playing tough, the biggest thing. And also on offense, he said, let's trust each other. Sometimes you get in the game and, you see some things and you think, well, I've got to do this or that. Trust you're going to do your job and the guy next to you is going to do his job, and things will happen offensively here for the Olathe East and Blue Valley in this matchup.
There is Coach Porter, also is the head track coach at Olathe East, talking with former Olathe South coach Jeff Gorley there, who's now assistant coach and an O-line coach, but he is the head track coach, and talking about the track program there at Olathe East. Mike Wallace, legendary coach, died way too early, won 11 state titles. He said that's tough shoes to fill. We miss Coach Wally. Every time you're at a Olathe East game, I always think about him. Well, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. Here's a guy, he also coaches the spring sport. He's a golf coach, Coach Terrell. And, of course, we always think about Eric Driscoll when we see Blue Valley sideline. He passed away too early. Nobody can wear the number 50, is it 58? Yes. Nobody wears the number 58 at Blue Valley High School for Coach Driscoll. As cheerleaders ready to go for the start of the second half. Blue Valley going to get the football. They won the coin toss and deferred their option to the second half. So Tigers sending back Martell Buchanan. Martell and I think Price usually goes back there as well. Take this kickoff. Cameron Spire is the kicker for the Hawks. Third quarter underway. Short directional kick fielded at the 23-yard line by Patrick Dennis, who had that interception, and Dennis with a nice return.
Blue Valley's going to have good field position here to start this second half, up near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 38, so it'll be a 13-yard return, and now we'll get the offense. Leading the offense, number 12, Chris Aiello. Pro-style quarterback. 6 touchdown passes, 5 INTs, completes 53% of his passes. Price in the backfield behind him. Here's Price. Not much doing. It looked like big number 71, Brett Carroll, was headed to Minnesota. Now Carroll plays tackle, and he also plays defensive line, but he's such a good athlete. I mean, a state champion wrestler in the heavyweight, won the shot at the 6A state track meet, and he's headed to Minnesota, playing the Big Ten. He's going to be moved from tackle to either center or guard position is what they're saying for the Gophers. As this running play is successful off the right side. Price found some room. Big struggle in talking to the Blue Valley coaches. They say this offensive line has kind of struggled. They start a freshman, which is Warde Woods, right guard. Blandy is a sophomore, so they got some young guys up front. The seniors are Claypool and Fagutu, the center. Now 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers. First drive of the third quarter. Play action. Aiello rolls, throws. It's not enough for the first down as it's Richmond with the catch, the backup tight end. But he's going to be about a yard short.
This is a nice play call. You run Price to the right-hand side. Little wrinkle off it right here. We're going to short roll this. Take advantage of Ray Smith's aggressiveness. But a nice job right there by Luke Molman staying home, right, on the outside, allowing that to potentially happen. It's just short of the first down here. Brings up 4th down.
And Blue Valley goes into punt formation with Richmond, who just had that catch. Now let's see if they make a little motion to try to get the special teams scared or jumpy, and they'll punt it down the field. And this is a nice punt, and it's going to get near the 10-yard line. 43 yards and no return, and now we'll get Cornell and the Olathe East offense in this defensive struggle. You surprised the 4th down and 1 punt there?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised midfield right there.
What do the analytics say? I
think
would say they would go for it.
Tell you to go for it in that situation, especially when Coach Sherrill, we heard him at the end of the first half talking about points are important. But you did get a solid result on the punt, right inside the 10, right at the 10-yard line here. You're playing well defensively. I think you're playing into that a little bit here, having some confidence in your defense.
Proctor makes the first guy miss. Fights out for a gain about 5 yards on the play. Jalen Proctor, the senior, 200 pounds, 5 touchdowns, about 500 yards rushing on the year. These teams last met in 2019 before the pandemic. They played here, and it was the same thing. Second round, 6A state playoff game. Blue Valley won that game as running back this time slipping down. That was Proctor as he made his cut. It looked like his foot gave out.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, on both sides here for both offenses, not a lot of room for the running backs. Defensive lines have been strong all game.
Nope, he got tripped up.
You saw right there, a little bit overextended just inside his base, but got tripped up. But still not a whole lot of space in there for Proctor to work.
Cornette right there, 3rd down and 4. And flags prior to the snap. Not many flags tonight.
2.
Well played
5-yard
game.
penalty. Remains 3rd down.
This is a big one though, Mark. On a 3rd down and manageable, you're going to get backed up into a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, not something you really want to get down in here and you're deep in your own territory. We saw this situation earlier in the first half though, where they hit Goulding over the middle, who was wide open, if you remember that, on their previous drive. We'll see if they go back to that play call here.
Gooding is their junior top wide receiver. Now 3rd down and long. And they're going to go down the field and over the head and incomplete for Reed. 2 Tigers right there in good coverage. Lonergan and also Buchanan. And it's going to be a 3 and out for the Hawks as Reed frustrated as he couldn't run that one down. It would have been a heck of a catch with an over-the-shoulder grab there by Gerard Reed III.
I'll say this, Jack Cornell made a couple decisions in the first half I didn't necessarily agree with. This was a great ball because it was either his guy was getting it or nobody in that situation on that corner route. Nothing hurt, now you punt the ball away.
Cornell will have to do that out of his own end zone on 4th down and 9. Here comes the pressure up the middle. He's able to get it away. Lonergan not going to field this one as it's going to go out of bounds on the Blue Valley sideline near the 45-yard line. 29 yards on the punt, no return, but a short field now for Blue Valley. But pressure up the middle here. As it looked like that was Marshall, the safety man. Cornell did not catch that one cleanly, only 29 yards on the punt.
Well, we talked about the 4th down decision, right, for Blue Valley to punt it away. You look at it now, with basically a 6-yard net and gain of field position that happened because you had confidence in your defense and made them punt the football away.
Shake and bake is the play call from the sidelines. Talladega Knights. This is John Price shaking and baking. It's a decent gain on 1st down. He's headed to Kansas State. We've had a couple of guys go to Kansas State. Sterling Lockett went to Kansas State recently. Andre Davis, a wide receiver. So Wildcats, a little pipeline there into the Stillwell area. Getting athletes. 2nd down and 7. Short side run. Price, not much doing. A lot of navy blue jerseys there waiting for number 23. I don't think he got anything on the play. It'll be 3rd down. Now they're going to say a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 8 Tigers.
There's just nowhere to go for John Price to the short side of the field there. You mentioned all the navy blue jerseys of Olathe East. Hasn't been a lot of room up inside the tackles to run as well, but they're doing a nice job when they string it out, getting some force from their linebackers and from their secondary players in the run game.
3rd down and 8. Motion by Price out of the backfield. They'll swing it to him. And Price with a good move makes the defender fall down. And he should have enough for the 1st down. It's going to be close, but a nice move left the defender flat-footed. And he converts on 3rd down and long.
Aiello, nice, firm decision. And then you watch the move of Price out there on Molman. Gives him a little inside move, gets outside and able to pick up the 1st down by a yard.
Yeah, Molman, the nickel. Got flat-footed. Here's Price again. Lowers the head and shoulders. As he and Reed collide there at the 31-yard line.
I mentioned earlier, not a lot of room up front, right, to run in between the tackles. But when they are bouncing it outside like that, you're getting good force pressure from the defensive backs, as I mentioned earlier. That time, Jalen Grace from his corner position coming up and forcing that and making it a short game.
Price again. Cutting it back. And a gain of 1. He's wrapped up on the play.
It's Jalen Grace again coming up from his corner position, helping out on that tackle.
He's had a good game. He's delivered some hard shots from the Olathe East secondary. Pollock has the interception. Now 3rd down and 7. Blue Valley trying to take advantage of the short field after the short punt. Aiello throws to the sideline. It's caught by Westfall. 1st down. Yes, he'll get 10 yards. And the ball will be at the 20-yard line for Blue Valley.
This is a good decision by Aiello. They're gonna bring Grace off the edge on a corner blitz right here. Gets this ball away. Timing route on the comeback out there to Grady Westfall, and that moves the chains for the Tigers.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Blue Valley fans making the trek over here to Seaback, cheer on their team. Price with running room. Price with a stiff arm inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Tigers, as Price will have it inside the 10-yard line. And let's see where they're spotting this football, at the 8-9-yard line.
A little pin and pull right here, pulling 2 offensive linemen to the right-hand side. Really the best run, in my opinion, that Price has been able to have all night, because little pin and pull those 2 offensive linemen to the right-hand side, open up a hole for him.
1st and goal from the 8. Price again. He's been the man on this drive. Spinorama. And lost a yard back to the 9-yard line. Good penetration by the Hawk defense and the defensive line. Play a 4-2-5 defense.
Well, they went the same exact play, Kevin, that little pin and pull. This time, though, Ray Smith from his defensive end position was able to get up the field and disrupt that play.
Once again, 6 or 7 MIAA FCS offers for Ray Smith III, that they say he'll play safety in college, as this running play is blown up. And again, nothing doing. Is nice play there, Costello, to finish him off. Somebody was down low, kind of slowed him down, and Costello finished him off, one of the defensive linemen for Olathe East.
It was either Carroll or Hartung up inside there
I think
first.
It was Carroll, yeah.
Really
Carroll kind of slowed his legs down.
Making a pile, yeah, kind of making a pile up in there and letting your middle linebacker, which is your job as a defensive tackle, especially in this, take on a double team, allow your middle linebacker to come in and make that play.
So back to 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. That's where we started. Aiello finds Price. Price hurdles into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Valley. He got his legs taken out. He went airborne and got in for 6 for the Tigers, who lead it now 9-0 here in the 3rd quarter. What an athletic play by John Price, headed to Kansas State. 8-yard TD reception. Richmond with the PAT. Aiello is the holder. Cornett is your short snapper. And Richmond calmly drills it through the uprights. And now a 10-0 ball game here in the third quarter.
Well, you mentioned the athleticism here of John Price. You're going to see this. This is a design play on the swing route right here to get him the football. Takes 2 steps, understands there's a guy coming for his legs right there, and Grant Pollock and able to jump over him, which this is a legal hurdle, by the way. It's not, he's just diving into the end zone and hits pay dirt for the Tigers.
8 touchdowns on the year, 8-yard touchdown reception on 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. As you take a look at the scoring drive, 10 plays, 44 yards, the short punt, able to take advantage of the short field and get the touchdown reception, and 10 points in a ball game that's been a defensive struggle. Feels like a lot of points right now. But if you're Olathe East, you're not out of this ball game by any means.
If you're Olathe East with 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the third quarter, you've only had 1 possession. You know, in this, very similar to the first half, Blue Valley only had 1 possession in the first quarter. So the tables have turned here a little bit on how that's going, but you mentioned it, 10 points right now in this game at this particular moment in time seems like a lot.
And now Richmond, that strong leg, just blows it into the end zone, says don't give these guys a chance. Give it to them at the 20-yard line because they've got some good return men for Olathe East. So now it's Olathe East's turn, and they like to play slow. But the clock, I'm afraid, I know we're still 3:56 to go in the third quarter, but in a game like this, there's not much time left in this game.
Well, and that's where I was going with it before. Like, now you kind of have to have a little bit more sense of urgency if you're Olathe East. And obviously you don't need to get outside of the scope of your offense or anything else, Kevin, but you got to start making these opportunities matter here for you.
And this is a team that tends to play at a slower pace, Olathe East. And now they'll give it off to Jaden Brown on the kind of a misdirection play, and Stuvey, who's had a marvelous game tonight. You mentioned that the defensive ends, Smith
Both
the
teams.
third, and now Stuvey, they've been the stars on the defensive line for both these teams.
They have. Those two guys, we've called their names all night long and have made play after play after play defensively.
Well, Stuvey, Brown's had a nice game. Pombo on that defensive line. Loss of 1, 2nd down at 11. Hawks. Again, they use that jet sweep action. And this is Mburu. And again, Brown there involved in the stop. So now they're behind the chains again. They're looking at a 3rd down and still need about 6 yards for this Hawks offense, averaging 27 points per game. Winners over Wyandotte in the first round of the playoffs. 6-2 in the Sunflower League. Motion, they'll run it, and nothing doing. Jalen Proctor, and he is shut down on the play. As that was Dawson Merritt, and also involved Martell Buchanan. And now you've got a 4th down situation in your own territory. 4th down and 3 Hawks. Once again, Cornell staying out there, the quarterback, but he is also their punter. And the punting unit is coming out. So this Blue Valley defense comes up big. And Cornell's last punt only 29 yards. He needs to boom one here. Now flags prior to the snap.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
I don't really understand what Olathe East was doing, trying to make the decision whether they were going to punt it or not or go for it. I mean, you're deep in your own territory, right? I know you've got to do something with the football here as this round's down, this quarter winds down, but now you got to delay a game penalty.
running some people off late, and then they did not snap it in time, and now they'll move back 5 yards. Lonergan fields it back near the 36-yard line. It's a 42-yard punt this time. Lonergan able to get about 5 yards on the return. Also plays a basketball.
Kevin, did you see who one of the first guys down was on that punt? He was the second guy down. It was Brett Carroll.
Wow.
Big number
he's
71
yeah.
offensive lineman. You talked about being an athlete, though, and we featured him in the open for a reason. But that was a great kick. Outkicked the coverage a little bit, but he was really the second guy down there on punt coverage team. 300-pound offensive lineman. That's impressive.
Well, tremendous athlete, a state wrestling. You win state in wrestling, you win the shot put, and you're going to play in that All-American game down in San Antonio. You're one of the best 100 players in the whole country. That's one athletic dude right there. I don't care what his size is. 1st and 10 from the 42 for the Tigers offense, and they go with a slant to the freshman, and that is Grant Westfall with a first down catch for the Tigers.
A little double slant here on the RPO look. There's a collision between the inside receiver and the guy guarding him, but Westfall able to get inside and pick up the first down with a catch.
14 yards on the catch to the freshman, who's also a baseball player like his older brother. Grady is headed to Texas A&M to pitch for the Aggies. Aiello comes out throwing again, in trouble, and he's going down. He is sacked on the play. Josiah Young there, also involved in the sack on the defensive line, number 54. That is Tavion Bell Robinson.
Yeah, Tavion Bell Robinson coming off the left side right here. Gets a hold of the jersey, and that sack's really his. He's obviously in the rotation quite a bit for Olathe East. We haven't called his name a lot tonight because it's been Ray Smith who's been dominating, but that was a great rush on the outside.
Tavion came to Olathe East, thought he was a basketball player. Found out he's a really good football player. You see that a lot with guys. They just get, their head set that they're, oh, wow, that's my sport. Is, again, Tavion, who runs 4.97. He's a fast dude for a big guy. Keep your mind open, young people. You just, don't get so closed-minded. Try some different things. As that's the end of the third quarter, Tavion will get his shoe on and come back for the fourth quarter on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum News. Ready for the start of the fourth quarter. 6A state playoff game, second round. The 6th seed trying to pull an upset over the 3 seed. Pass down the field, caught by Westfall. This is the big brother down to the 20-yard line. Big play, 32 yards and a first down. And this is the other Westfall brother. This is Grady. We saw Grant earlier on this drive, but this is the big brother and their leading receiver, Mark.
This is just a rhythm throw, a lot of cushion on the outside. Finds a hole to get it to Grady Westfall, and another explosive play. Grady Westfall tonight has had 2 or 3 of the biggest plays gain-wise for the Tigers tonight.
That one for 32 and a first down. As Price in the backfield in a pistol formation. Price stutter step and a nice gain inside the 15-yard line. John Price had that amazing reception and dive into the end zone. He got 6 on that last run. 2nd down and 4 Tigers. As Price a little gimpy there, staying out on the field. Headed to Kansas State. 8 touchdowns on the year. Again, that pistol formation. Price to the outside, running room. Price dancing to the edge, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Blue Valley. John Price is 2nd of the night. And Blue Valley has opened up a 16-0 lead as Price showing his speed to the edge and his 9th touchdown of the year. 2 in the second half for JP, number 23 for the Tigers.
Well, this was just a great cut. We're going to see this in a second, but just a tremendous cut by Price to get to the outside to the left and just outrace everybody to the end zone.
It'll go as a 14-yard rushing touchdown as Richmond on to tack on the extra point. And he drives it through. John Price scoring again for the Tigers.
Watch this cut right here to the left. This was supposed to go up inside, and then this secondary cut right there to see the vision to the outside. Understand, this is the first cut. Gets upfield, understands he's got a guy blocking for him. That's Hopper. And then just able to outrun everybody else to the end zone. And you can feel the air deflate here on the Olathe East sideline right now and with the fans, because points have been hard to come by in this game so far. And now Blue Valley's starting to get a little bit more momentum here. Less time for Olathe East to answer.
So 6 plays, 59 yards. Some nice passes to the Westfall brothers. The big one, the 32-yarder to Grady. Got him down to the 20-yard line. Then Price able to cash it in with a 14-yard rushing touchdown. And now the offense for Olathe East Cornell going to have to come out slinging as they're down 17-0 here in the early fourth quarter. But still has time.
There's still plenty of time left in this game.
Richmond showing a good leg on these kicks. If you can get in the end zone, you don't give dangerous returners a chance. And that'll be a touchback. So Richmond, their leading tackler, showing a strong leg, has a field goal in this game of 23 yards. But had one blocked earlier. But McGuire Richmond, a 4.0 student, I was told his dream. And I tell you what, if you want to go play at Tulane for Willie Fritz, then you have to take action and you contact their coaches and maybe go in there as a walk-on and earn a spot. But that was his dream. They said he wants to play down in Louisiana at Tulane and play for Coach Willie Fritz. Here's a pass to the outside, and it's Reed with the catch, and he'll get 4 yards on the play. But I don't know, Mark, this recruiting now with the transfers and the portals and the COVID eligibility, you got to take some incentive, I think, yourself if you're not one of these, anything, if you're not above a 3-star guy anymore.
Well, we're getting to the end now of the COVID year.
All right. The eligibility, okay, we can stop using that as an excuse.
Well, yeah, but I also think there's less opportunities for high school kids, whether it's basketball, football, whatever, because of the portal now, right? You're seeing less and less offers because coaches are reserving some of those for transfers.
And Buru immediately hit. Patrick Dennis having a nice game, had that interception and delivered a blow from the Tigers secondary. But that is Lonergan's mom there cheering from the Blue Valley cheering section. Cheering on the secondary for Blue Valley. 3rd down and long. Now a delay on a draw, and this is Proctor trying to get the first down. He's upended nicely by Richmond with the open field stop. Willie Fritz will like that kind of play there. And it's going to be 4th down, still need 2.
Well, I think you're in a situation you have to go for this now, Kevin. Down 17-0, 9 minutes to go. Nice executed draw right there, 3rd and long. Just not enough for the first down, but this is the key play right here.
Yep, this could be your ball game here. It's the clock running. Under 10 minutes to play in regulation. And the Olathe East offense is going to go for it, maybe now after a timeout.
A lot of time was spent there in that situation. The play clock was down to 1 second. Have to take that timeout in that situation.
Hy-Vee proud to support Kansas City high school athletics. Early November night here at CBAC, College Boulevard Activity Center. Kevin White, Bethany Bowman, and Mark Bowrichter. 2nd round of the 6A state playoffs. EKL versus Sunflower. And the EKL, well, after last night, Blue Valley Northwest beat a Sunflower team, so it'd be 2-0, but it looks like Olathe North might advance in the other matchup between Blue Valley West winner of tonight's game right now looks like Olathe will play Olathe North in the state quarterfinals. 4th down after the timeout. Pass over the middle is caught, and it's a first down. They go with sure hands Carter Gooding. Their possession receiver, the junior, makes the catch for the first down out to the 38-yard line.
Well, you got 2 in routes coming, and Cornell does a nice job of just being patient and patient and patient and waiting for Gooding to get clear of the coverage to pick up the first down, and that's a huge first down, obviously, for Olathe East.
Gooding with 10 yards on that catch on 4th down and 2. So a new set of downs for the Hawks trying to stay alive here in their turnaround season. And it's a running play. This is Proctor. And he'll get to the 43, gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. And once again, the clock is running and you're down 17. I know this is a slow-paced offense, but you gotta change it up here.
You gotta start getting a little more sense of urgency. I think is what you're trying to get at here.
And I think
you got to get at the line of scrimmage and start going.
I know you're normally playing at a slower pace. Hales, the speedy sophomore on the jet sweep, and he is taken down by Martell Buchanan. And tell you what, the edges, number 11's been out there. If you're trying to run a jet sweep, you're going to run into this guy, number 11, who's headed to Kent State.
Yeah, and he's coming up from his position, right? Kind of that nickel rover type bandit, whatever you want to call it, right? Defenses, however defenses are calling it nowadays, you know, from that side of things, as a defensive back position with these defenses and an extra defensive backs. But he's been all over the field, utilizing that speed.
A loss of 1, now 3rd down and 6. Hawks swing it out, and oh man, Martell is all over that screen pass to the sophomore Haley, and he is fired up. This young man headed to the MAC and a big-time player. The edges, number 11 owns him.
Well, he certainly does, and Olathe East tried to sneak out.
Was that Haley?
That was Haley there. Yeah. Tried to sneak him out.
Or Hales, I'm sorry,
Hales. Yeah, excuse me, behind the line of scrimmage a little bit, on a little bit of a hide route into that swing.
And he got engulfed.
Buchanan was all over it.
Yeah, Martell engulfed the sophomore, and low snap, 4th down. They're going to run a play. It's incomplete. Ball over on downs to Blue Valley, and that should do it. Blue Valley's defense, too much tonight on the road at Seaback. And they've been relying on this defense throughout the year, and their sideline starting to celebrate. Lonergan there celebrating.
Well, Blue Valley brought pressure, right? They're starting to feel it a little bit. 4th down, go ahead and take a risk. You're up 17-0. When I say risk, it's a calculated risk. Go ahead and bring the pressure right there in that situation. They brought Richmond up inside, had the pressure on Cornell, and just had to get rid of the football a little too early.
Yeah, Mburu was the intended target on a screen pass, and I don't know if he catches it, he can run for it either, as Blue Valley had it played well, and now the Tigers running their offense, go with a jet sweep, and the flag is down.
Just give me another illegal motion.
Yeah, Thomas Hoskins got the jet sweep.
There's actually 2 flags down on this play.
We have 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal shift on the offense. That penalty is declined. Holding, a penalty will be enforced with a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So an illegal shift. 2 guys were in motion essentially at the same time, which was the first flag from the white hat. And the holding penalty, obviously a further distance away, so you're going to go ahead and enforce that.
So you'll move it back near midfield, back to the 48, 1st and 20 Tigers, leading 17-0, 6.5 to play in regulation, trying to move to the state quarterfinals. Here's Price, down the sideline, and Price breaking free. John Price inside the 15-yard line. Now they'll spot him right at the 15-yard line. And it's a 33-yard run for JP, who's had a big second half now for the Tigers.
Well, he has, and he hasn't had a lot of luck running to the short side of the field, but picks up some good blocks, a nice cut inside. And right now, Blue Valley's feeling it, Kevin, as we talked about before. The momentum is completely on their side. They're up 17-0 at this point, and now knocking on the door for another score.
Well, Price has 2 touchdowns in the second half, 1 receiving, 1 rushing from the 14. Blue Valley now bleeding the snap clock down under double digits, and now Price trying to stay in bounds. That is a smart play by Pricer as he got to the short side of the field and went, wait a minute, coach has been in my ear about staying in bounds, and he just stopped there, and clock will continue to run as we're under 6 to play in regulation. Good play by Price, even though he lost a couple yards in the play.
Yeah, smart play to spin actually back inside and not get pulled out of bounds there to keep this clock running.
2nd down and 12. Here's Price again. Price on a cutback run, ripped down from behind. As that was Costello, the Mike linebacker. Now Price is a little slow to get up. As he's down to the 5-yard line, and now Price will be assisted by the trainer. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. John Price got roughed up on that tackle. Costello was with a hard tackle. The Mike linebacker for Olathe East is Coach Terrell to look at his star running back. It's the last thing you want is your star running back to get injured. Good to see him walking off under his own power.
Looks like it might have been his right knee.
Yep.
Or right leg. I don't know if he took a shot on it or I don't know what the case is, but you don't like to see that. He's had a tremendous night tonight. This might be a situation, if you're Coach Terrell, you just go ahead and shut him down for the rest of this game with 5 minutes to go and knocking on the door here for another score.
Yep, you got plenty of guys that can run the football. Not at John Price levels, but you're up 17-0, under 5 to play. And guess who's coming in? Martell Buchanan. Now, I think he can run the football as well. Martell coming in on 3rd down and 1 in the pistol formation. Again,
Blue Valley,
good management here.
Yeah, Blue Valley's in no hurry to snap this football before there's less than 5 seconds left to go on the play clock.
And now Aiello will run it, and he is stopped short, it looks like. He slammed the ball on the turf. That ball is dead. Officials pointing to the ground. It's not a fumble, but it's also not a 1st down either. It's 4th down. He lost actually about a half yard or a yard on the play. Nice play there by Reed III, the Buck linebacker.
Reaching out there, trying to reach for the 1st down marker. A little bit of a risky play in that situation, but I think Blue Valley is going for this all the way here.
4th down and 2 from the 6.
You got an opportunity to just continue to bleed the clock and
another running back is checked in the game, and they did not get the 1st down. And that was number 34. That is Charlie Stahowiak. All right. Easy for me to say. Stahowiak. A lot of vowels. So they brought in their 3rd string running back. He did not get it on 4th down and 2. Give it back to Olathe East. Ball over on downs. And they're going to have to get their hurry-up offense going here with only 3:46 to play in regulation.
Well, you definitely have to get the hurry-up offense going here. And if you're Blue Valley, your coaching point to your secondary is nobody behind you.
Cornell pulls it down, takes off running, and he'll just get out of bounds near the 13-yard line. 6-yard gain. So Cornell quickly stops by the coach. And Courtney Porter is the offensive coordinator.
Well, smart decision by Jack Cornell. There was nowhere to go with the football for him. Understood there's open space, green turf to the left, get out of bounds, pick up 6 yards.
Second down and 4, set up the screen, low, incomplete to Proctor. Now third down coming up.
They had that screen set up pretty well right there, too. If he can get the ball to Proctor, just underthrew it.
Four down territory for Olathe East, trailing 17-0 here in the fourth quarter. 3.5 to play in regulation. Winner goes to the state quarterfinals. Loser, your season will end tonight. Pass down the field is a wobbler and incomplete into the Olathe East bench area. Like I said, it's 4 down territory. They're going to go for it here, I would imagine. Nope, they're going to punt. No, they are going to punt. All right, my bad. Figure, well, you might as well take the shot. But Cornell is dropping back in punt formation near his goal line. Fourth down and long 2. Blue Valley's in punt safe. They think there's a fake coming up here. Slowly watching as Cornell punts it away.
Well, you don't need anybody back here either.
No, Lonergan's not back there, and now it'll be touchdown near the 41-yard line. And is there a flag in the end zone, or?
Yeah, we got some extracurricular activities that happen way back at the back of the end zone, and a flag coming here.
Official going back. The flag is back near the back of the end zone, and that's Gary Brammer picking it up. Punt was only 27 yards. Looks like it's coming up on Blue Valley.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 4, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, that's why he was picking up the flag before making the call, because it was after the play.
Well, Dave Merritt, his dad, the chief secondary coach, is not going to be happy with that one. That's one of those you don't want to do. And even though the game looks to be in the books, you don't want to get a 15-yard penalty, as Dawson Merritt was the player penalized. So the Tigers will be backed up to their own 44-yard line after the end zone penalty. And now, new running back in the game. Again, we saw him on the 4th down play. It's Stahowiak. Charlie, a junior running back, 5'11", 170 pounds. Boy, Anthony Lonergan's mom's getting a lot of camera time tonight. You know, her dad is the boxer Tony Cheverini. You remember Tony Cheverini?
I don't. No.
Wow. You got to be
I remember
old style Kansas
I remember
City.
Rockhurst head coach and all-around good guy Tony Severino.
No, this is Tony Cheverini. He fought Sugar Ray Leonard at one point. Leonard one-sided victory, but I met Tony Cheverini last year as Lonergan plays basketball, and met Tony Cheverini and Lynn Dickey and Jack Harry in a celebrity golf tournament in Kansas City. Yeah, Tony Cheverini, boxer. This was back in the 80s. You got to go back 80s, early 90s. And I met, Tony, and he said, "That's my daughter there." And my grandson is Anthony Lonergan, as this is a Stahowiak running play. Looks to be a little bit, it's close. Got the yardage back to the original line of scrimmage where they got the penalty. Clock running, under 2 minutes to play. Blue Valley moving on. Looks like they're going to play Olathe North. And again, the big argument, Mark, you know this argument. The EKL strength of schedule is harder. The teams that are lower seeds have more losses, but they played a harder schedule. They have Bishop Miege, Blue Valley Southwest, St. Thomas Aquinas, Blue Valley Northwest. Strength of schedule, again. This running play. Stahowiak. Tackled by Carroll. It's going to be 4th down, 7 as the clock winding under a minute. And Blue Valley is going to move on. 6-4. Take on Olathe North. So the 6th seed will advance in the East bracket. Olathe East, though, Mark, I mean,
I was just going to say
2-7 to
2-7, 1 win the year before
7-3.
that. A 7-3 season. They've really turned it around and, you know, ran into a defensive battle here tonight. And Blue Valley just made more plays on offense when they needed to. Grady Westfall had some explosive plays, and then, of course, Price down the stretch with a huge second half for Blue Valley. But if you're Olathe East, this has been a tremendous year for you. Great turnaround from where they only won 2 games a year ago, and you hang your hat. I know you end on a loss right here, right? Most teams do end their season on a loss, especially in the state of Kansas with everybody making the playoffs. But you got a signature win against what a lot of people feel is the #1 team in the state in Gardner-Edgerton earlier this year.
Yep. 4th down. 7. Tigers, after had a timeout. Blue Valley taking the timeout, and they'll set up in punt formation. Richmond does the punting as well. This is a nice high spiral. And Richmond saying, where's my guys to cover that inside the 5? I should be. That one trickles into the end zone for a touchback, but that was a nice spiral. Richmond doing a good job. Had a field goal, a lot of tackles, and we had a flag down. Gary Brammer, the white hat tonight, along with Chris Dank, Paul Leskovic, Dax Barker, and Jamie Quell. The crew tonight.
This is a long discussion.
Yeah, with
and
21 seconds to go in the game.
I'm not saying that as a criticism here to the officials. Like, there's clearly something here that happened on this play that we don't know about that making this a long discussion here. I don't know if this is a personal foul, right, that could affect something or unsportsmanlike conduct or what that is.
You don't want to do something that affects your game next week.
During the kick, we had personal foul, number 11. That 15-yard penalty results in a 1st down for Blue Valley.
That's the linebacker Costello.
So this is the important piece of this. This is a personal foul during the play. And you see it right there. Number 11, Costello, pulling him down during the play. Because that happened during the play, it results in a 1st down for Blue Valley right here, which they're just going to kneel on this football. But Olathe East is not getting. I think that's what the long discussion was. Was it during the play or was it after the play?
So Costello taking his frustrations out, and Blue Valley will take a knee and move it to 5-4. And they've now won 4 of their last 5, 3 straight. And they're probably getting Olathe North in the next round. And seen so many great battles between Olathe North and Blue Valley. As the Blue Valley sideline is starting their celebration. And Blue Valley needs to get over the ball. Why are they still huddled? Get over the ball and take a knee and go on to the state quarterfinals.
I was kind of
guys.
thinking the same thing. It took them a minute to mark off everything, right? Get all that corrected.
All right, well, yeah, but they were still huddled up. Aiello's coming out. The starting quarterback. Looks like most of the starters are in. And
we're going to take a delay of game penalty here because they don't have everybody out there.
All right. Coach Terrell getting some guys some
delay of game, offense,
PT.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
Victory formation for Blue Valley. Aiello takes the knee, 17-0. Blue Valley a winner. Their defense coming up big time on the road at Seaback as the 6 seed upsets the 3 seed by the final score once again of 17-0. John Price, big second half, a rushing and receiving touchdown. And big night running the football as the EKL prevailing over the Sunflower League as the 6 seed is moving on in the East bracket to take on Olathe North. And once again, Olathe East won their season at 7-3. Very good year. After the last couple of years, they went 1-8 in 2021, 2-7 in 2022. So their 6-game win streak will come to an end tonight, and their season will end at 7-3. As the 3 seed falls tonight at Seaback.
Again, take nothing away from Olathe East season. 1 win 2 years ago, 2 wins a year ago, turning it around into a 7-3 season. And again, I mentioned you're not going to feel it right now if you're Olathe East, but tremendous turnaround, and you can hang your hat on again. That Gardner-Edgerton win earlier on in the season was a tremendous one from them. Finished this season outside of this game on a 6-game winning streak, as you mentioned. Just an overall really, really good year for Olathe East.
And the Tigers start their celebration as they get the road win. Now their fans coming out of the bleachers on the visiting side celebrate with them as we send it down to Bethany.
Chris, the Blue Valley Tigers heading to the state quarterfinals. How much does this team deserve this win right now?
I mean, we've worked so hard all summer. Every morning at 6 a.m., we coming in it before school, before everyone even wakes up, honestly. I mean, this just means so much to us as a team, as an offense, defense. I mean, this is a team win, great team win. Last week, this week, all season, our wins are team wins.
A very tough regular season in the EKL. How prepared do you feel and how much confidence now as you guys move forward?
I mean, like our coach said, the EKL is the best conference in Kansas, no doubt. I think that prepares you for the 6A playoffs. And, I mean, obviously it showed out there.
Well, good luck. Congratulations. Enjoy this win.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, Bethany. Thanks, Chris. And Hy-Vee postgame coming up as Blue Valley moving on to the state quarterfinals. A shutout win on the road tonight in Olathe. Hy-Vee postgame, 17-0 your final at Seaback, and Blue Valley's defense, wow, they're the real deal. John Price, strong second half, and the Tigers moving on to the state quarters.
Well, they are. It was a defensive battle the entire game, right? Both from Olathe East and Blue Valley in the first half. 3-0 at halftime, Blue Valley. And then in the second half, as you mentioned, Blue Valley's defense just continued to play extremely well. And then offensively for Blue Valley, they rode Price. He had a tremendous second half. Some big explosive plays from Grady Westfall. And Blue Valley took advantage of their opportunities on offense in the second half and scored points, and Olathe East didn't. They had opportunities, they had possession of the ball, but you got to give the Tigers a lot of credit coming in here and winning this game 17-0.
Special thanks to our school ADs, Gerald Van Reen back at Blue Valley, Mike Wolgast of Olathe East. Thanks to the coaches, Alan Terrell and Courtney Porter. Our producer, Rick Willoughby, for Mark Borichter. Bethany Bowman, our entire Spectrum News crew here at Seaback. Kevin White saying good night from Seaback. Our final, once again, Blue Valley, a shutout win on the road. 17-0 as we say good night from Olathe.